Yo, welcome back to the BSD4 channel. Wingnuts, what's going on? What's happening, man? Listen, thank you guys for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. Now, we're continuing on with Wire Week here on the BSD4 channel, and we're going to be doing some Mustang stuff right about now. If you have an Sn95 from 1994 to 1998, and you have a V6, and you swapped out the V6 and you want to add a V8, well, keep your cluster. A lot of people say you need to go buy you a V8 cluster. Well, it's true, but not all the way true. What you can do is you find a Mustang like this and you take the cluster out of it. No matter if it's a V6, but you make sure that you have this type of Mustang here. And we took the cluster out of this, and that's the one we're going to be using on the cluster swap on the Crown Victoria. I went to allfordparts.com, right? And I picked up a new shell like this. You know what I mean? But you got to make sure it's a V8. This one here is a V6. There are a few subtle differences between the two situations. Now, let me go ahead and show you a few. Now, right here, and I'm going to show you this a few more times so you can really get it. Now, right here, and this one here, this is the V8. All the V8s have this right here. All right? And then inside the vanes, there's a certain subtle differences also too, man. Let me see if I can pick something out. That looks a little bit different than the other one. All right, see this right here? This one has this, and then you go up here, this one don't have it there. So there's a little subtle differences that you can really check out and see that they are different. Now, what I'm going to be doing on my situation here is I'm going to be installing this in my Grand Marquis and my Crown Victoria. Again, this one still, I didn't even finish it up yet. Still waiting on that. That's a complete failure, but we're trying to still win some kind of way, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do is I'm going to get my trusty screwdriver. I'm going to meet you over there at the Grand Marquis, and we're going to install this one here and see if it works. All right, finally got this thing in here. Put that screwdriver over there. Before we even start this game, you know the deal. We got to see if this thing starts up and the tach works. All right, now we're just gonna look at, I'm gonna let the car settle and everything. This is the V8 tach. As you can see, it says 150 miles per hour. You know, so nobody going that fast in one of these, so doesn't matter. All I care about is the look and the RPM. So we're trying to get this to, you know, wait for the car to settle down and everything. And all right, so we got to record that right there. Very important. Right underneath that, right underneath the one. All right, so turn that off, right? Now we start to dismantle and take this thing out. The only thing I see that's a little bit different is this little cooling fan situation. Everything seems pretty much the same. I may have to take a wire out or whatever, or figure out, and you know, from each cluster is, you know, certain subtle differences on each one. Uh-oh. All right, the cluster is a little high though, so we gotta wait for it to settle, and when it settles, then we can figure out what move we're gonna make. All right, it's a little too high, so now we're gonna figure out something. So let's figure it out.
Soon after.
So all right, now this is the same tach now, right? Now look at it. See how that mug is nice and right at the right mark. Like how we, you know, like just like how this V8 tach is. Now what Ford did was, man, it was brilliant. This is brilliance, man. All they did was they just changed this. This is all that they did. They just changed this thing here from V6 to V8. That's it. The guts and everything are the same. Everything fits in all the same. The only thing that they did different with the V6 tach, right? Obviously, the numbers that's there, right? And what also they did, I don't know if I could take this out. Let me take this out and show you what I've done. Yeah, yanked everything back out, you know, and right above here, I made a hole. And that's where you take this thing here and you go counterclockwise, you know, into the lock position. And that's where you will get your V8 signal. all the way to the right halfway a little bit will be more so the V6, but you don't care. You're just going all the way to the lock position, counterclockwise, and then you'll have a V8 Tach. What I care about is having the Tach, having the double gauges next to each other, you know, to mimic the Mustang in many cases, and that's really what I care about. That's what I need. That's all that you have to do. There's no write-up about that anywhere. I'm sure they've done this before. This is nothing new, but I have not seen a write-up. Now, for me, right, let's say you go to the junkyard, you get this cluster, because there's plenty of these clusters out there, V6. You get the cluster, 20 bucks, allfordparts.com, you get one of these joint. This cost me $40. 60 bucks, I got a Tach. You know, a Mustang Tach that I can use. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, you want to pay $200, $150, or you can just go ahead and, you know, bust a move and do something like this. That's if you're taking this route. Most of you Crown Vic guys are not going to take this route. That is just me because I am doing something. I want to do something with my Crown Vics. I want to do something with my Grand Marquis. You know what I'm saying? So it's just aimed for those guys who are into this. Now, you want to take it a step further? Man, roll with me a little bit. We're going to check out something else that we're doing, man, on this daggone car over here, man. This thing over here, pain. To keep you guys completely clear, man, when you're doing customized work, you're stuck with it. You got to see it all the way through, man, and I got to see this idea that I have all the way through. It broke again and again, and I remix it again and again, and I got to stay with it. You know what I mean? We're working all behind here and there. We're getting it good. Finesse it and fix it all over to have it all looking good underneath there and everything. You see how that is looking like? Yeah, trying to get that right and finesse. So, you know, when you see it, you know what I mean, it's looking right. Because like I said, I'm trying to get the whole entire dash to look correct. You know, it's just, I'm trying to get that right. So, you know, back over to this car here. Oh man, we just all over the place, man. My Rendition Roush build with Mr. Random. Thank you again, Mr. Random, man, for everything. I really do appreciate it, man. I really do. Now, with this car here, man, I mean, I got everything good, going good. The paint matches pretty daggone good. You can kind of really look at it and see. You don't see too many flaws. We got to get this out of here, cover this. Then we got to get a 5-speed in here. This cannot jive like this. We need a 5-speed, correct? Y'all agree? Yes. So we got to get a 5-speed in this. My Rendition is coming along so-so. You know what I mean? Still working on it. The engine aspect of the whole thing is what's tearing me apart, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. But this Maverick have gave me a few ideas, man. Looking at this Maverick and everything. So on the next video, man, we're going to be speaking about a few things. Now, what we need to do is that you got to click like, subscribe, and check out the videos in entirety, right? If you want to donate to the channel, cool. If you don't need to. You are friends of mine, you know what I mean? But if you do, man, click the link below, and then, you know, click right there. There's an arrow, then the whole thing comes up, and you can click that link there, and you can donate. But don't worry about that, you know what I mean? Next video, we're going to be talking about a few things. So, click like and subscribe, man, and we'll see you guys on the next one, man. All right? Later. Wait a minute. I know what you guys are thinking. Yo, BST, you did not show me the pinout. I couldn't show you guys the pinout because I don't know what year car you have. And I know there's probably around 3 or 4 different diagrams. I would have to go into each one and try to really tell you guys way to do it. And man, it would have been long and dragged out, and maybe some of the wires have been wrong. But like I said, man, if you chose to do this, man, you got to get you a daggone diagram for your Mustang cluster, which is right here. And there's 3 different ones. Make sure you get the right one. If certain things don't add up, you take a wire out and replace it with another wire to make it work. This is all trial and error, you know what I mean? My best suggestion is don't even bother. Keep your cluster or go get a digital one from a Grand Marquis if you want to get funky, or a Lincoln Town car or anything. Take that route. Don't take this route. I want you guys to, man, thank Mr. Random and congratulate Mr. Random on that 100K subscribers, man. Well deserved, sir. Well deserved. Crown Victoria channel, man. I really do appreciate what you're doing out there, and that's why I want to congratulate you and thank you at the same time. And we're going to be getting back to the Cobra Roush replica build on my end, and we're going to be talking more about it, me and you, Mr. Random, and we'll check out Mr. Random and congratulate him.